Hi, and good morning, guys. TGIF, TGIF. Today is Friday, and I am so glad. So glad. This week was long and yet short. And I'm so glad to get through the long parts because there were just portions that dragged for me. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm so glad that this week is almost over. Hi, Coach Play. All right, it's now entering into the weekend. Coach Play is my husband. You can find him on Instagram. You may go, why do I want to find him? Because he is an amazing and awesome motivational speaker. He is a personal trainer, a nutritionist, a coach. He works at a local gym. He does one-on-ones. He has clients outside of the gym. He works with people virtually as well. You want him for any of your nutritional needs, any of your fitness needs. Those are the only things that I am willing to loan him out for. So contact him. New you, new year, new you. Of course, we're getting close to the summer. I know people are wanting those beach bodies. Well, that doesn't just automatically happen because it's June. You got to put in that work. Contact him. And he'll be able to give you an assessment, and you guys can work from there. So, guys, and I do want to let you guys know it's Coach Play with an I. Instead of play with a Y, it's an I. So, when you look for him, you can actually find him in my bio. It has a marriage ring, a wedding ring, and then it has his name. And you can just click right there and be, time travel right to his page and be able to DM him or message him and talk to him. All right, guys. Today we are on day 10 of this amazing journey of adult play therapy. For those who are just joining us, this is the Anyone Can Write podcast show, and I'm your host, RK Lemons Weber. This is the book that we are journeying together with, and this is the Adult Play Therapy Devotional. It is a 60-day soul cleansing devotional and journal. You can find this book in hardback as well as on in the ebook format on Amazon. You can DM me and get a copy, and I will sign that copy with a message personalized to you after we do a money transfer, and I will also autograph it. Oh my God, yes, I will autograph it, and that way you will have your own copy and you can follow right along with us. If you're doing this journey and you only have a journal, and as you guys know, I do have a little bit of a pet peeve with the loose leaf, only because you can lose it. It's like the word says, loose leaf. It can be lost, but if that's all that you have, just staple that bad boy together so you can have your own journal. If in fact you do have a notebook that you want to use as a journal, you can do that as well. The only thing is that those two options will not have the written, or I should say the printed, there we go, printed prompts on it, and you will have to write that out yourself. So that's the disadvantage of not being able to get the book. All right, guys, but I do hope that even if you're starting off with a journal, that you'll go ahead and make the purchase for the book so that you can kind of have a time capsule of this experience and go back to it. All right, guys. Day 10. Do well checks with yourself. In this way, you maintain a loving relationship with yourself through the spirit of self-nurturing, self-nourishment, and self-compassion. I'll read it one more time. Do well checks with yourself. In this way, you maintain a loving relationship with yourself through the spirit of nurturing, self-nourishment, and self-compassion. All right, now we're going to get into our journal prompts. And like I said, when you have the book, it's already printed for you. You have the lines right here. All you have to do is just write it out. And again, this book is available on Amazon in hardback copy as well as in the format of ebook. And you can always make a purchase through me. Just DM me and we will make that happen. For our journal entry, it says, create a checklist of ways that you will perform well checks with yourself. Ooh. That's a good one. Create a checklist of ways that you will perform well checks with yourself. Again, I'm RK. You can always Google, what are well checks? How do I do well checks with myself? Google that. Find out different ways. What are well checks that we do whenever we go to the doctor, for example. They look in our ears, they look in our nose, they look in our eyes, they look in our mouth, they check our heartbeat, they check our breathing and our lungs function, those kind of things. You want to be able to do those kind of well checks with yourself. How am I thinking? How am I feeling? What were the thoughts that I had right here? Really just sitting down for a moment, taking that rest, taking a break, and assessing your day. What happened and transpired during your day? What events did? Who did you have contact with? What were the roller coaster of emotions that you felt? Well, when I was, around this person, I felt really, really excited and happy and joyful. And then when they told me this information, it kind of made me feel a little bit more downcast, a little bit more sad. And I felt my day kind of shift. And then I interacted with this particular coworker, and I felt like they were kind of ignoring me. And it made me feel this kind of way about myself. And then it brought back memories of what things were like for me when I was younger. And then I had to kind of like push through that and still interact with other people and have a positive day. So you want to do those kind of well checks with yourself so that you can get to that point of saying, although I got this sad news or bad news, I am not going to allow it to affect me in a negative way. Although it seemed that this person was ignoring me, maybe they have a whole lot going on in their life and it really wasn't even about me, but because of past insecurities and how I was treated when I was younger, it just reminded me of that. And I need to remember that even when they treated me like that, I was still the bomb. I was still the stuff, okay? And I'm still awesome now. And that's okay that they treated me like that then, because they didn't know who I was. But now I'm getting a chance to know how great and awesome and amazing I am, how worthy I am. And I'm not going to allow someone who may be ignoring me to affect how I see myself, my self-image. And I declare and I decide and I decree that I am going to have peace within myself, in my mind, and in my being and in my atmosphere. That's what you do when you sit down and you assess yourself. You're assessing what happened during the day, what events happened, what people you had contact with, how your emotions shifted and changed, what you were feeling, what you were thinking, what past thoughts may have filtered in, and past experiences filtered in that quick in a moment, because we time travel in an instant in our mind, and you weren't even aware of it because you still had to interact with clients and customers and the computer and filing and whatever it is that you do throughout your day. You still had to push through it and still have these emotions and bury them. So when you sit down and you have that 5 minutes to yourself, you have that 10 minutes. Oh my God, if you get 30, that's golden. But whatever amount of time, even if it's 2 minutes, busy mom. So sometimes it is just the 2 minutes to sit down and kind of cycle through what your day encompassed. You're maintaining a well check with yourself. You're able to sit down and do some self-maintenance, similar to what you would even do on a car. Right? You don't want to just wait until your car breaks down to get maintenance. You want to get maintenance done prior to it breaking down. That way you can prevent it breaking down. And that's the same way with yourself. You want to be able to sit down with yourself. Think about what happened throughout your day. And if you can do this daily, awesome, because we really do need it daily. What happened during your day? Who did you interact with? What did you feel? What did you think? What did you see? We can see things and get trapped in here in our heart and our mind, our soul, and we just keep on going throughout our day. We can be driving and see a car accident in the other lane, and it can bring some really, some emotional hurt, and you're like, oh my God, I hope everybody's okay, hope everything is okay, and maybe bring certain memories to come to you of other people that you may have known, or celebrities who aren't here anymore. Anything that nature can flash in really, really quick, and then you'll digest it and you'll bury it, and then you'll keep right on driving, because you got to get to your appointment. You got to get where you need to go. And yet it's still in your mind, but you still have to travel through the rest of your day. So being able to have that self-assessment is you sitting down saying, I saw that car accident today and it made me feel sad. Just that basic word, it made me feel sad. And then understanding why. Why did it make me feel sad? It made me feel sad because it reminded me of this. Or I just thought about, the people that was in the car, and I'm hoping everybody was safe. maybe this would be a great time for you to send out a prayer for that particular, car scene, for the individuals that was involved, that everyone's okay. We see things on a daily basis that can be traumatic, even if it's seeing someone that's homeless on the street. And we keep on traveling throughout our day, and we don't always get a chance to assess those feelings. Whereas when you sit down, hi, Koi 40 doll, thank you so much for joining. When you sit down with yourself and you're able to assess your day, you're able to say, I saw the homeless man, or I saw the homeless woman, or I saw the homeless family, I saw the homeless teen, and it made me feel sad. It made me feel hurt. It made me feel like that could have been me. It made me feel like I know someone who's been in that situation. It made me feel like I want to give and do something that's more. It made me feel like, why isn't our city doing more for people who are having to live out in the streets? What resources do they have? And I want to pray for that person. I want to send out healing energy, that they be able to get out of that situation, energy for them to be able to have the resources that they need so that they can have a more productive and positive life. I want to be able to be a change agent and see how I can be able to influence change in our city and in our economics and in people's social economic lives. How can I be someone that helps this situation? But when we don't sit down with ourselves, that stuff just gathers in the back of our mind and our soul, and it just stays there in our heart, and we don't do anything with it. So this particular assignment allows us to be able to sit down and create a checklist of ways that you will perform well checks with yourself. And once when we're able to just be like, I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes and really just close my eyes, meditate, and think about what my day encompassed, we're able to filter out the things that we want to keep and the things that we don't want to keep. And we're able to edify and lift ourselves up and encourage ourselves and say how great and awesome that we are, even in the midst of having bad situations take place and not allowing it to really get into us, because we say, you know what, I'm going to encourage myself knowing how great I am and how wonderful I am. And that although this took place, it does not reflect my self-image of me. As well as to send out any prayers, any, comforting, healing energies that we want for individuals to have so that their lives can be better, as well as to be able to pray in the spirit of manifestation of what we want to be able to have. I want to be able to have more money and whatever amount that you're wanting to have, right? I want to have 20K so that I could be able to start a foundation in order to help individuals that are on the street, that need resources, that need food, that need food pantry, need clothes pantry, that I want to have a soup kitchen. I want to be able to do these things so that I'm not just seeing people that are on the street that need help, but I can actually be a resource for people so that they can have a better life, right? And that's literally a dream of mine. And that is something that is on my manifestation board. So yes, these are things that we can do whenever we are taking that time to assess ourselves. So guys, well checks are so important. I thank you for rocking with the sister again on this Friday, TGIF. I hope that you're having an amazing day. If your day has already started, if you're just getting up, good morning. If you're about to go to sleep, good night. Thank you, fam. Love you all. And I look forward to being with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.